This year we're going into Roxburgh. We're going back to Roxburgh. Last time we were there, was in the 90s, I believe. And we're going to pair up. They've got an AMP show that's around about the right time for the Cavalcade. So we've decided to pool resources, get a bit of synergy happening, and we're going to do everything together. Roxburgh's taking it further steps, and they're going to incorporate the school gala, and there's a vintage car rally happening at the same time, so it's all going to come and converge on their racecourse.
Al started a group of prospectors who were on their way from Gabriel's Gully heading for the Dunstan diggings, and they came to the Teviot River. Two of them decided to carry the other guys across, Young and Woodhouse. They got a bit wet, so they stayed behind to dry their clothes, and they did a bit of panning and found gold. The gold more or less ran out in the early 1900s, and a lot of those dredge masters and miners took on small holdings, and which is how you got fruit in Coal Creek. And some of them went farming and some fruit growing. Well, for a start, even though it was a big river flowing by, it was a bit difficult to pump the water up from there to get the pressure for washing the pay dirt down into the elevators, which separated the gold. So they actually built a dam in what was known as Dismal Swamp, and it became Lake Onslow. And they carried on, they brought the water down from there through pipes and water races out to the valley here, which left them a pretty big head of water, probably 500 or 600 feet, which gave them the pressure that they needed. It originally started over in Roxburgh East, which is on the other side of the river, and eventually a lot of that disappeared because of the sluicing, and then the town started over on this side and became known as Roxburgh. It was originally known as Teviot.
Well, we're 75 horses, 94 I believe, that's backups and people. We've done 2 days in the Eyre Mountains, or as close as you can get to them because they're bloody steep. Crossed over the bottom of the Hector Range over Lawn Peak into the Lion Hut. Had a great night in there. It's just an iconic place. And then we've had this big push over the top today, through Knockamai, over the Lion Creek, up the Garveys, past Gow and Blue Lakes, and then down here to Whitecomb Flat. And tomorrow will be either our games day, which involves slime and flour if we get going. If it carries on raining like this, we'll have a wee ride down through the bush, which will be very enjoyable, but that's, if it rains like this, they've earned a day off and that's what they'll get. Our last day, we head out towards the Junction Hut, up over Mount Hope and then down into Roxburgh.
Back again, 2016. Under pressure, biggest crew we've ever had, and they're bloody good guys too. So.
Did you miss it?
No, never missed. It's like a hole in the head. It's been a bit of a challenge with the lack of electricity, but we're here for it, and decent generators, been running all night, keeping the campers awake. This year we're talking about having a fairly big project for Friends of Dunstan Hospital, so that's where we'll be going. Last year it was the Helicopter Trust, so it's our major focus this year is Friends of Dunstan. Really valuable service and much in need.
It's going to be good challenge, some bogs. It's going to be great. I've been living in Cromwell for 21 years and wanting to do this for about 20 years, so I finally got here on a borrowed horse.
The thought of all the bogs and the nasty bits doesn't concern you?
No, I'm trying to think about the good things and just take every part of the day as it comes and not overthink it and get too stressed about anything.
We had a great start. Cool morning, so the horses powered up the hill. Went through what I had warned them that was going to be some tricky spots. They went through like troopers. Never lost much time at all. Up quite a big climb into the Garveys. Never missed a beat. And then we were as lucky as when we got over towards the bog country that it was so dry, and we got through exceptionally well. The physical things are, I mean, the Lion Creek, it's peat bog country, so you've got that coming down to cross it. Places that when we were pre-riding you could sink out of sight because it hasn't rained up there for so long, we walked over the top of them, so you have less injuries to horses and people. They're going up the Garvies themselves, you're sidling along a very rocky face with big plates of rock that if you stood on them, you know, if you didn't watch what you were doing, and they were very careful and they put their horses in the right place, which was great. But then coming back into Gow and Blue Lakes, it's the bogs again, and they can be diabolical, and it's so, yeah, we're so lucky to get through like that.
horse. Get out of there, just give her ass on.
Yay! Well done, well, watch your head.
Absolutely incredible. Oh, it's hard to describe. It's just a real big sense of accomplishment. Just amazing. I grew up around here in Waikaia as a child, and it's just one of those things I've always wanted to do. It's just one of those experiences that you rate right up there, just dropping over and seeing Blue Lake from the top. So.
There's a little island in the middle of Lake Gower called Mervyn Island. Might go and pinch my tent on that. It's amazing, absolutely amazing up there.
Yeah, I was nervous about the bogs. I didn't know what to expect there, but we were very lucky getting through those, and they were quite dry.
We had some good guys leading us through, and yeah, it was excellent. I've mustered that country quite a bit, and I was still scared, so because there's all the talk about the bogs, you know, and I've seen horses go down in them plenty. So, but no, these guys did a real good job getting us through.
The first 2 days, because the Eyre mountains are so steep, we ended up doing a lot of river flat work, or that's the way I'd intended it. So it was a nice contrast with that to you get into the high country. So yeah, I think it was. It's been an exceptional ride. This would be either the third or fourth as a trail boss, but to be honest, Ross, what better way could you spend a week stuck between a good hat and a good horse?
Our numbers this year are up 70, all going well. As far as I know, we've got 70. We're heading up from Moa Flat. We're spending 2 days here with a couple of runs, and then we're going to go through to Galloway, spend a night there. Then we'll split. The horses can go up the original old trail into Little Valley. The wagons go around the road behind the clock, but we'll meet up and then do the last bit of the trail together. Little Valley, up over the top of the Nobby Range, original horse trail, wagon trail into Central, and then down into Roxburgh.
Breakfast.
Do you want to bring a horse over or practice?
Is it not sort of a wee bit late to be learning how to put this thing together?
Takes all the fun out of it.
I was asked to come. A friend of mine said, you should come along, it's good fun. Yeah. So this year I did. My youngest is 1.5, and I thought, oh well, he's old enough now, partner agreed, so here I am.
Privilege to take Francie. I had to decline her a few years ago because we had too many on the wagon, and after that I always kept a spare space in case she needed it.
I'm 85.
You don't think it's time to stop these?
No, I don't. They found I had bowel cancer, and it's a very rare one.
So why did you come on this? Why didn't you stay at home and rest?
No, I'm doing everything I got to do. Well, I've done all my life. I'll carry on doing it.
You enjoy the cavalcades that much?
I do, very much so. I'm sorry that I'm getting old, but I keep coming.
Come here. I like the big horses. That's why I come on the heavy wagons for the start to watch the big horses and see how they work and hook them up and everything. Yeah.
Is it more fun than riding, do you think? Or?
I like riding. You're closer to your horse probably, but it's just something different. I'm still riding.
Awesome, beautiful. His first time, my second time. Ronan is totally cruising, really.
Had him a week. He finished racing 2 months ago, was broken into ride, and in the last week I put him in the jogger and he was fine with that. So then I put him in the gig, which has brakes, and he was fine with that. He's probably only ever been on the flat. We made sure he'd go up little hills and through the creek before we brought him on this, but this is bigger hills, so it's been a real learning curve for him, and he's pulling really well, and I'm thrilled with him.
What's the theory behind you walking out and leading?
Just for safety, just in case. He's probably never been on a hill until today. Not a decent one anyway, so he's, yeah, just for safety.
And as an aside, you get very fit.
Yes, yeah, it's a bonus.
We're pharmacists and we're from Orewa, just north of Auckland. My cousin, he asked us if we'd like to come, and it's an experience that we're not likely to ever get because we don't ride horses. So, you know, only by going this way are we ever going to experience what's happening here.
We're usually out in our boats up in the north, but this is quite an experience for me. I'm scared of horses, and I've had a big learning curve having to. One of them took off on me this morning, and I had to go and catch it, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to